For me, I have an absolute favorite, and that's because I think she understands men a lot better than men do. It's Kathryn Bigelow. Yeah, absolutely. So the first movie I saw was Point Break.
Yeah.
I was a teenager, looking at America surfing, and then you have Patrick Swayze riding the waves, and Keanu Reeves, FBI agent, and it's still probably my favorite action movie because there's no CGI back then, so everything was shot on location, and the pacing and the language, the camera work, everything works so well. I mean, they did try to remake it in 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Couldn't restore the magic.
I remember having a conversation with someone about the remake. I haven't seen the remake, and actually I didn't know that either she had directed it or that a woman had directed Point Break until she won the Oscar for Hurt Locker.
Yes.
And I was sort of like, well, I'd seen Hurt Locker and I didn't really know much about her, and sort of had gone through her filmography and was like, oh, Point Break, what a great movie. But I was having a conversation with somebody when the new Point Break was made, and they had said that they didn't think it was a good remake, and we sort of had a conversation about, like, is there something about the sensitivity or femininity that she as a director brings to this action film that, like, gives it that extra little spark, that it's that you get all of the action and all of the thrill of that, but there's just, like, something a little bit more emotional behind the character work.
It's hard to pinpoint why that movie works so well. I mean, I probably revisit it once every 2 years. So I've seen it about 10 times, most likely. Point Break. And to this day, I cannot explain why it works the way it does, right? Because it's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at certain shots, for example, I remember there's a shot where Keanu Reeves is surfing during the night, right? And you can see shadows. So it was shot during the daytime, and then they had to, use in post to make it night. And you can see small things like, that shadow wasn't supposed to be there, but it's fine. You forgive every small flaw because it just takes you in. There's this epic momentum. It's the whole start of the movie with the waves. Like, the movie is exactly like the ocean. It just grabs you and takes you into that world of bank robbers and ex-presidents, and the humor in it, the great chemistry between all the characters. Right? It's just as far as actions goes, it's just wow.
Yeah.
Right? And then Hurt Locker. Right?
Yes.
So again, if you just wouldn't know that it's a Kathryn Bigelow movie, right? You would say, it's a male director who directed that, because you have a soldier, and it goes so deep into the psyche of a soldier, in Afghanistan, disarming bombs.
Yeah.
What that feels
and
like.
the tension of sending that, like, device out.
The first shots, the robot thing going, and then the wheel breaks, and then someone has to go out and actually touch that bomb that can blow you to smithereens. So again, wow. And which is funny because she used to be married to James Cameron.
Right? Yeah, there's that famous photo of him, like, pretending to strangle her when she wins the best director, and he'd done Avatar.
Yes, Avatar, this huge movie.
10 years of like work.
And the budget was I think it was about 100 times the budget she had for Hurt Locker, and she got taking the Oscar away. Well deserved.
Yeah.
So she's done some amazing work. And then Zero Dark 30, which was like a revelation, like taking the Osama bin Laden mission, going back into CIA, and again, typically, and this is probably my judgment, I would go, this is a very male world, right? That I grew up in, watching 70s movies with Robert Redford, Days of the Commodore, and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, but how well she navigates through the world of CIA, and then you have Jessica Chastain there, who was amazing in that movie, and it's like, wow, shit, she's so good, completely selling everything. Right? Another movie, I was like, wow. So she is a powerhouse of a director because she can touch so many different genres. I haven't seen a comedy yet, but
No,
I'm sure she could.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all just like. It's all just characters with feelings and intentions, right? And
it is, but there's this sensitivity that is very hard to identify in a scene. Where is it? Where is it? Is it in the framing? Is it in the dialogue? Because that can be the writers. Is it in the trust she manages, the relationship she builds with the actors and the set? Because what is a director at the end of the day, right?
I mean, I think I was actually having a conversation with this about this with someone recently. I think it's the perspective, because you could take a script. 12 directors could take a script and they could shoot it and cast it and edit it or whatever in like 100 different ways. Well, you would get 12 different movies. Yeah. And so I think it's whatever perspective it is that she has that she's able to bring that makes it unique or special.
I mean, I definitely want to see more work from her because I mean, probably that's why her movies are so great, because she takes time between movies. She doesn't just jump from one project to the other. And I'm really curious as she ages.
What will she do next?
What will she do next? What will be the next project in her filmography? I'm a big fan.